Hey, kia ora, g'day, welcome back. So managed to get this afternoon session done a little bit earlier just because I've got a bit of work to do. I think I mentioned that at the end, so I won't carry on with that. But yeah, this afternoon's session, I can't jump my feet back. I can't jump them in without it jarring in my right calf. So just here's a variation or a modification, whatever you want to call it. A few people have asked. I do speed this up, so there we go. I just did a few reps at normal pace and then played a bunch of this video at 2 and or sometimes 3.2 the speed of what it normally is. So yeah, if you can't jump, then don't jump, just walk them out. If you can't go all the way to the ground, don't go all the way to the ground. I'm just using those blocks there, so each of those blocks are 20 kilos each. I use those later on in the session as well. Using them just so I can go a little bit deeper in the push-up, really, not because I can't get all the way to the ground. I can, it's comfortable enough. Just wanted to use that so I can go a little bit deeper for each push-up or each rep. So I just whack out 100 of these. It's a very nice, easy pace, I feel anyway, especially when you're not jumping. That extra piece of, as small as it may seem, jumping the feet back together, jumping the feet back in together, that costs a bit of energy each time you do that. So doing them this way, definitely you can just maintain a really nice steady rhythm. Could have carried on for a while, but there's a few other movements that I wanted to do, which was a bit more sort of stuff for the back, related to the back. So you'll see that a little bit later on. But people have asked for modifications or variations for burpees. There is heaps of stuff I've seen anyway online and on YouTube. I mean, you can put a bench out in front of you or a chair so you don't go all the way to the floor. You can do it with or without a push-up, so you don't have to do a push-up each time. Some people go all the way to the floor and go down so that they lie down on the floor. They put their arms out in a T position, then they bring their hands back in and they either banana back up or they tighten the core and they do a push-up to get back up and then bring their feet in, etc. So limited really only by our imaginations with regards to the burpee itself, but it's a great movement. It's a great whole body exercise, I think, anyway. It is very boring and repetitive. If you choose to do a big jump or jump as high as you can, if you choose to do a star jump at the top, if you choose to do a tuck jump, whatever, like, to me it's just a burpee, right? So you can, for those people that might want to jump on and debate and say that's not a burpee and the other burpees aren't a burpee, I really don't care. It's a burpee to me. There's just lots of different variations and limited only really by your imagination. There's the Navy SEAL burpee, there's a 10 count burpee, a 22 count burpee, 4 count burpee, 6 count burpee, 1 pump burpee, blanking heck, burpees galore. Alright, so just pick and choose and then fill your boots and work through it. So anyway, this should be coming to the end, hopefully, of these 100. I think I do 101 just to, one for the king, just to make sure that those are done. Then, and then each block, as I mentioned, these are 20 kilo blocks each one. Just doing some sort of twisting, picking things up on the ground, off the ground, or touching those weights to the ground, then standing back up with them. I've found doing this movement for me and just sort of longevity and strength of my back has been awesome. So I used to use really light weights on these. I mean, these are still pretty light, but when I say really lightweight, I'm talking like a 5 kilo plate and doing those sort of movements. So what I was doing there, did 20 total, so that's 10 each side of those twisting, and then 20 just of these deadlifts. You'll notice my back is intentionally round, so rounded back lifting, from what I discovered and heard about quite a while ago from people with far more experience, knowledge, skill than I have, degrees, etc. They spoke about how rounded back lifting can really help strengthen your back. And yeah, I don't try to go super heavy with rounded back lifting, and I tend to not try to do them really fast or explosive either. I just try to keep it nice and steady and smooth, and for me anyway, it's really helped my back. I can't remember the last time I had any back issues, to be honest, for me, and that's, I'm grateful for that. So I keep doing those types of movements to hopefully maintain that longevity in my back, in my spine, in my core. I needed to do some core. These are the old style burpees. These are the old style sit-ups that I recall from my time in the army when I first joined the army. This is how we had to do them, but we also had a person that was standing that could hold your feet. So I just did 20 of these total, like I said, then 20 of the deadlifts with the rounded back version, and then 50 old school sit-ups, I guess we'll call them. Those are the types of sit-ups that I'm talking about that would be demonstrated on the Reckoning, if that was to go ahead. At the moment, it's still only 2 people, so that's likely not going to go ahead. I don't see it going ahead, and to be honest, I don't really care. So I do feel for those couple that really do want to do it. I also acknowledge those people that know that they're not ready yet, and they are preparing for it, so good on them. This is round 2, I think. 20 and 20, then 50 of these sit-ups, and I actually can't remember what I do after this, so I'll pause here, let this play, let the music just carry on, and I'll come back in with another voiceover once I get to the next part. And back again. So this part here into the next couple of movements, just combining a push-up and a knee tuck, or bringing the knee in towards the chest. The sort of same movement that you would do for a Navy SEAL burpee, so bringing those knees up towards the chest. I'll just do 10 total of these, and then head into the 4 count flutter kicks. So this one here, you really start to, at least for me anyway, really start to feel it in the hip flexors. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So each 4 count part of that is one movement. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the push-ups were 10 total, and then 25 of these. And I was feeling the pinch by the second round, and then still had a third round left to go. So that's basically this one. I'll pause so I'm not yapping away throughout the whole thing. Just let the music play back again, because once again I can't remember what I do after this. And back again. The reason why I'm having to pause and wait until I get to the next part is because I was just making this session up as I went. I knew that I was going to do the modified burpees, then I didn't really know what else I was going to do. This one I've just played at normal speed, normal speed at 2 times or 3 times the speed right from the start. So all it is just a snatch with the 20 kg block. Started off probably a little bit hotter than what I was able to sustain. Needed to slow right down, and then probably, I think maybe the last 20 or so, I decided to put in and try and go a little bit quicker rather than taking these pauses and the breaths at the top. But anyway, 50 of these, and I still can't remember what I did after this, so I'm going to pause here, let it play, and then do another voiceover on the next part. Okay, so if you're still with me, at this point I decided to do some sit-ups but with a trunk twist at the top, and I end up doing 100 of these total. Should be 102 hopefully total, so what's that, 51 each side. And did the first few just sort of normal pace, and then I've sped this up. This is sitting at around 3.2 speed, this one. So the last one there with the snatches that I did, I had a look back and that was at 2 times speed. This is at 3.2. So I move through these, and then I still don't know what I do next. So that's enough jabbering from me, and I'll come back for the next part. And the next part, after those sit-up trunk twists, whatever you want to call them, I just get into these side raises and end up doing 101 of each on each side. So we'll just let the music carry on playing, and I don't need to talk through this part. for this next part, I decided or thought on the spot that I'd do these single leg glute bridges, raises, whatever you want to call them, because, well, just because really. I thought, oh yeah, I'll do some of this. I didn't realize that I was going to feel this so much in my calf, especially when I put my right leg down. So at the moment it's up in the air and this side feels all good. I end up feeling a bit of pressure in my right calf, and I actually get a little bit of a cramp in my hamstring on my right leg as a result. I think probably around rep 12 or 13, 14, something like that. So pretty sure I just did 20 reps each side, and yeah, then I think I went on to the leg extension machine after this. So that's enough probably gas. Oh, there it is, yeah. So probably my hammy, and what the bloody hell's going on here? I could feel it in my calf, but I thought, well, I'll just finish these off now. And I only did this one set of each because of the way my calf felt, and just getting that cramp in the hammy. I needed to stretch it a little bit, shake it out, and then I just decided to finish off with some, well, I will keep talking now till I finish, with some leg extensions, one set. And what I did on these, really lightweight, it's just one plate at the top, and just extending and holding for a little bit, and then just slowly coming down. It might have been maybe a 10 to 20 second descend, and I think I do maybe 7 or 8 reps of these. I just like the way this feels. Not so much on my quad. I don't really, well, yeah, I suppose I do feel a little bit of a burn on the quad, but I like it in and around my knees. For me, I feel it helps, feels like it helps strengthen my knees. So doing this part, and then doing this movement, I should say, and then doing those reverse Nordics, for me anyway, I feel it in and around my knee. It just feels good for me. Feels like it's working, and it feels like it's strengthening it. I typically do these at a really light weight. I might go 2 plates. Very rarely do I go 3 plates when I'm doing this exercise. With regards to these, not isometric holds, I don't know what you call them, eccentric movements, whatever. But yeah, I just like the way that they feel. My knees feel good. I haven't had any major issues with my knees apart from when I've been rolling and on the mats doing jiu-jitsu. So yeah, this has definitely helped a lot, incorporating these into my training sessions, and like I said, doing the reverse Nordics as well. So I think this is pretty much it, and then it's just some gas bagging from me to finish off. So I'll stop talking now and then just let this play out. That's it. 45 minutes on there, thereabouts, close to. Oh, it's out here. All right, that's it for this afternoon's session. Managed to get it in a little bit earlier today because I've got quite a few reactions that I need to get onto. So a little bit earlier this afternoon just to get that done instead of a bit later, so I can work a bit later tonight. To those that have either just recently stumbled across the channel, sorry I can't forget your YouTube handles right now, but yeah, thank you for the messages, the kind comments and messages, and good luck with your own journeys and stuff that you're on. Some of these, one guy's planning to do Mirror Peak, Island Peak, and I forget the third one. He's doing 3 peaks. I think they're around 6,000 meters or something like that, or maybe it's feet. I can't remember. Sorry, I think it might be feet. But yeah, pretty awesome in terms of setting that goal. And I think that person's going next year in April. A couple of other people have got ultra marathon plans. A couple of people have just got a standard marathon after having lost a heck of a lot of weight
and getting themselves back in shape, and some of them cutting away drinking alcohol, some of them cutting away both alcohol and smoking and or vaping. So, man, that's pretty awesome, eh? I'm really pleased to hear that and grateful that in some small way they've taken something positive from what I do here on the channel and tried to implement it. I think probably most of those people may have already been doing that stuff anyway, so it's not because they've come across my channel. I think it's just some of the nice comments that they've put on there, and maybe it just helps in some small way in them staying the course, maintaining the process, and all that sort of thing. So, or enduring the process to achieve what it is they want to achieve. So hopefully the volume's coming through all right. But yeah, that's good. Nothing special. I'll probably do a voiceover on this one because I can't remember the movements that I did. But I know it wasn't too long. I was hoping to go for about 35 minutes of just moving. Didn't have a stopwatch because the weather was a bit yuck and I didn't want to put the other phone out there in case it got wrecked or more wrecked. And yeah, that's all. Appreciate you all. Thank you very much for your time, your energy, your support, your comments, your input, your knowledge, your wisdom that you put in there to share with not only me, but with anybody else that might take the time to read the comments. As always, anybody going through any difficulties, hard times, challenges, heartache, heartbreak, keep turning up, keep staying in the fight, keep knowing that, or know that you are not alone, and keep putting one foot in front of the other. Stay as consistent and as disciplined as you can, and know that the sun will shine again, that there are better days ahead, that there is a light at the end of that long, dark, lonely, miserable tunnel, as bad as it may seem. As always, go always a little further. Remember, who dares wins and who cares wins. And until the next video, a big mana wave coming from me to you, filled with my aroha, respect, appreciation, and gratitude for you,